A lot of people have lost their jobs in this pandemic. To cope, our next guest says you should shift from a self-help mindset to an us-help mindset. Executive coach Maggie Craddock wrote this book. It's Lifeboat, Navigating Unexpected Career Change and Disruption. And she joins us this morning. Hey, Maggie.
Hey, Molly.
Talk to us, if you will, about career skills and how they're different now. It used to be sort of business as usual. Now it seems like the whole world is upside down. How is it that our skills have had to change, and why do they need to be different now?
Our skills have really had to change, Molly, because the way that we make important decisions about how we're going to invest our time and energy when it comes to our careers are very different now than they are when it's business as usual. And that's because if we go through the stages that anyone goes through when they're making this decision, like how we think about things, under normal circumstances, most of us are pretty objective, hopefully strategic. But right now, with this kind of pressure all around us, people are prone to polarized thinking, to making snap judgments, black and white decisions, and acting impulsively. And also, when we think about how we handle our emotions, under more normal conditions, many of us are able to keep that game face on, go through the same motions we've always gone through, and sort of suppress those difficult emotions. But right now, they can hijack us. They can really, those emotional triggers can take us under and leave us feeling a little bit despondent. That's why what I talk about in Lifeboat, in the Lifeboat process, helps people understand that it's not just the decisions you make, decision A or decision B. It's trusting your decision-making process. Because one thing we all know right now is that there are more questions than answers. And just like those passengers on the Titanic, we're faced with the human dimension of the same questions, right? How long is this going to last? Who can I trust? And most important, how will living through this situation and navigating my career through it change me?
Such a great point. Also explain, if you would, this shift in mindset between self-help and what you call the lifeboat mindset, or this us help mindset.
I think this is a really important shift, Molly, and it goes to the most important things we do in our careers, particularly the conversations we have with ourselves about the range of options that are available to us and how we're going to maintain our emotional resilience under pressure. But the self-help mindset, and it's understandable, is basically something that's rooted in old norms. And it's an idea where we're focused primarily on our individual security, on what we need to do to take care of ourselves. But that us help mindset is what we really open up the skills about in Lifeboat. And just to give viewers a picture of this, imagine that you're on the Titanic, you think it's unsinkable, right? And then you're huddled together in a lifeboat with people you've never met, trying to fight for your life. So the norms of the self-help mindset are sort of play your part, stay busy, keep active, move as fast as you can, sending out those resumes and networking. But sometimes if you're doing the same old thing, without a new perspective on it, it's not really going to cut it in this kind of environment. The lifeboat mindset is about being present at a really human level and also noticing what's going on with other people. We talk a lot about strategic pauses, which means not suppressing your feelings, but really tapping into them, because this is an extraordinary time. And sometimes your feelings are what you need to listen to know when it's really time to course correct and make those difficult decisions and invest in those transitive skills that can go another way. And it's also about aligning your thoughts, your feelings, and your intentions in the present moment, and just doing the next positive thing that you can, Molly, because when we have more questions than answers, that'll keep you moving in the right direction, so you're aligned with positive possibilities as we go through this critical period and move beyond it.
We have just a minute left. I'm wondering about emotional agility, how you develop it and why it's important in our careers.
It's absolutely critical, particularly when we're going through these big triggers, to understand that the way that we react under stress is not necessarily how our employers or colleagues will. We have to discipline ourselves to give them the benefit of the doubt and to stay centered in that alignment I talked about. If you don't, sometimes you can leave a promising career prematurely when you could have really done the internal work and ridden the situation out. That can be very expensive in an environment like this. Remember, not all people react to the same triggers. And if you don't do that internal work, Molly, you're likely to recreate the same challenge in a different work environment.
Such a great point. I think it's hard right now to be emotionally agile, but definitely the benefits are there. You point that out so clearly in your book. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Molly.
Absolutely. A lot of important and good stuff there. To learn more about Maggie Craddock, you can visit her website, workplacerelationships.com. Her book, again, is Lifeboat, Navigating Unexpected Career Change and Disruption. It is available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other major booksellers.